Hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon and this is Hardspace Shipbreaker. This is a continuation from the previous episode where it is very late at night, and I have some nice blue mood lighting behind me because it is like 4 in the morning. Also, I tweaked my camera settings, so hopefully I am a little bit more in focus. I'm still experimenting, which is another nice little feature rather than a bug from doing these kind of very chill streams. I can kind of test my equipment out before I do other series. But anyway, let's press X to wake up. And wait, am I recording my voice again? Yup, only been doing this for friggin' 11 years and still I'm not sure about myself half the time. So that last ship we finished up, didn't get a lot for it, but we still made $1 million profit. Very slowly chipping away at that $1.2 billion debt. Too bad I didn't win the Mega Millions. I could have actually paid that off. Alright, anything in the employee terminal? Nothing. So once again, we will take a ship with the best possible... Oh, stickers. Stickers. Let's get that Lynx sticker out of there. How do I get a sticker away? There we go. So you can see now there's that heat thing right there. I'm going to move that sticker to there. I don't think that was always there. I think that's a new feature of the game. But I didn't read the patch notes. Usually I read patch notes for every game, but I didn't for this one. It's very weird. Okay, anything? Tether lifetime. Yes, please. Get those tether upgrades first, folks. Nothing else matters. Windlore is the only thing that matters in Monster Rancher, and tethers are the only thing that matters in Hardspace Shipbreaker. Alright, so once again we're going to look for the one that gives us the best reward, the boost reward. 37 times 5, 37 times 5, 37 times 5, so there's a 3-way tie. But this ship won't take us very long, and we get 2 repair kits. So we will take the Shippy Jackson. What a great name for a ship. We'll take her apart, get some money, and get one step closer to becoming debt-free. Also, I haven't died yet, which is fan-flippin-tastic. If I can actually beat this without dying once, that'd be great. But I am playing on limited mode, which means we have 30 lives to work with in case I get really dumb. And hopefully that will not happen. Alright, so since this is the same recording session, there should not be a jump here. Nope. The cockpit is depressurized. That's interesting. Usually the cockpit is not depressurized to start with. But everything else is. Okay. So I'm going to go slightly off of what I usually do. Since the cockpit is already depressurized, I'm going to cut the glass off of it. Not usually my preferred strategy. But this way we have another way we can get into it, the entire ship, rather than the airlock if things get a little hinky. Otherwise, we can start peeling parts off the ship. Always want to work from the outside in, when you can help it. And then this giant antenna also goes to the barge. So I'll just... Why did my light turn off? Let's cut that free. Man, that took a while. Okay, there's the airlock. It has thrusters. We'll do the thrusters first, now that I've got started. I always try to take care of the thrusters first, because they're a pain in the ass, and also, if you wait too long, then the act of popping off the thruster cap can cause the ship to very violently buck forward or backward, which, well, of course, relative, I should say up or down, not forward or backward. And, you know, being in space where you have 360-degree movement along all axes, you can deal with it, but the longer the ship stays in this position, the better. Because then you have a consistent way to get to the barge and the processor and the furnace. Because if the ship is pitched 45 degrees, then it just makes everything more difficult than it needs to be. So hopefully the ship will stay nice and straight while we do this. The only problem, unfortunately, is... Wait, what if I pop the caps off first? That's something I don't usually do. Usually I only pop the thruster caps off when I finish one of the engines. And that causes the problem because of the thruster housing splitting, so that might actually keep the ship more stable. Never thought of doing that before. As long as I don't have an explosion here, everything will be fine. So given that this is occurring just a couple minutes after I finish the previous episode, obviously I have not had time to read comments. So I'm going to try to stay relatively quiet, at least compared to what I usually do in my Let's Plays. There we go. Also hurting my legs the way I'm sitting. Ugh. No kitty today. Nisi has been a mama's girl today, so she has been hanging with Yakamura. Oh, I forgot my Nisi news update. I was in the shower and I heard this massive crash and then the Akamura saying something. And then the Akamura pausing and then saying something else. And I found out that Nisi sprinted from... So the Akamura was in the bedroom. Nisi sprinted from the living room into the kitchen, forgot how to stop, slammed her food dish, and food went everywhere. So apparently, barely missing a beat, she then sprinted into the bedroom, looked at Akamura, and just screamed at her. Meow! I'm like, okay, yes, we will fix the problem, you ridiculous beast. This problem that you brought upon yourself. So, Nisi continues to show off that I believe she is half dog. And, it just makes me more eager to play more Stray this weekend. Well, by the time you're watching this, I'm done with Stray, but, I'm recording this before Stray Part 2 comes out. So, anyway. Alright. Yeah. So, wait, why did this entire section... What the hell happened? Oh, something explosively decompressed. Because I know the compartments were compressed when I first... when we first started the ship, the compartments were pressurized. I said compressed. They were pressurized. Because, see, now the only thing that's pressurized is the airlock and ops. And this is all in chunks, so there was an explosive decompression up front, and I don't know when it happened or how. The rest of the ship managed to stay intact, so we're okay. But something went horribly wrong. Because it was not wrong when I first made that cut. So there was something about the way I pulled the thrusters out, I guess. I mean, if you're going to have the ship explosively decompress, that's the way to do it, because I didn't have very many problems. It's nothing we can't recover from. But I'm not sure what got cut to cause that. Something here. Something broke here. Oh man, I may have to review the footage. That's actually... Honestly, that's pretty good, because that... With the compartments decompressed, it should be pretty easy to just start the process of pulling things off of it. Oh crap, I need oxygen. Hold on, yo. Getting oxygen. This is gonna be weird. I'm gonna enjoy watching the footage again. Alright, I'm gonna wait until the timer is beyond 7:30, so I'm guaranteed that I won't have to get another one. This is still real time when you're sitting here at the shopping menu. So 729, got it.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Okay. So since that accidentally happened, I'm still not sure. Yeah, I can't wait to check my footage now because I have no idea where the explosive decompression happened. But we're going to take advantage of it. And we're going to...
Credits awarded.
yeah, I mean, we may as well get that out of here too, so I have a easy path to get in. Actually, I suppose, since I'm here anyway, we can empty out the cockpit and make entry very smoothly. Get all these high-value items out of here. I wish there was an easier way to clear out the cockpit. Like my preferred strategy is to open a hole in the bottom of the ship and then just grab the valuables and then just huck it straight down into the barge. But you can't really do that with the cockpit because of the way the ships are shaped. So your only recourse is to pull it out from the front like I'm doing here. Unless you want to take the time to actually cut a hole in the bottom of the cockpit. And I generally don't consider that a good use of my time. And I got lucky there, because whatever caused the explosive decompression, I see that the core is now exposed, the reactor. And if the reactor had gotten jostled... well, whatever. No use to... There's no purpose to ifing that hard. Try to live my life without what-ifs, especially in games. Let's just be thankful I didn't explode and then move on with our lives. Okay, is that everything from the cockpit? Almost. Ah, there's another data drive here. I'm not gonna play all the data drives. Alright, I'm gonna keep that console in case I need to open the door.
Cutter, if you're fixing to dot the I's and cross the T's, you got about 5 minutes to do it.
You got it. I'm just trying to clean up the mess that's here. Okay. Oh, there's one more kind of chunklet over here. It's kind of hard to reach. It's not worth trying to snake it out of this section of the nanocarbon panels. Yeah, all I had to do was open the nanocarbon panel, cut it a little bit. Let's get out of my way. There we go. There we go. I mean, shoot, man, we've almost fully exposed the
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
almost fully exposed the reactor at this point. I probably could pull it out. I don't want to, though, until I fully depressurize the ship. That's another Pyro Pro tip. If you play this for yourself, there is an order of operations to do things, and the first thing you should try to do is depressurize the ship, or do the thrusters first and then depressurize the ship. Those should always be your number one, number two priorities.
Depressurizing.
So I'm going to try to get ops depressurized. Hopefully there's a atmosphere regulator in here. Let's see. Yes, there is, and a working one too. Perfect. Boop. That'll suck in the atmosphere.
Level decreasing.
And then we reopen the airlock.
Airlock depressurizing.
And now the entire ship is depressurized. And now I can get this door console out of there. Cool. We still have a little bit of time. Not really enough time to pull off too much, but I suppose I can get this put away. And and we can start cutting into the nanocarbon panels, start peeling the ship. And really, once you peel the ship, just in general, a lot of times it becomes very easy and relatively quick to clear out the interior. There we go. Oof, bonk. Okay. So this should peel off. Yep. And then this should peel off. That didn't take as much with it as I thought was going to go. Oh, never mind. Yeah, this little tail section, I thought that was part of it, but it's seems to be having a little problem there. But it's going. That's all that matters. A little slow. That's fine. A minute left. Probably enough time to get the front quarter panel off. Once again, another little tricky bit.
1 minute left, Cutter. I'd say get a move on, but you know that already.
Yeah, and not only that, Weaver, I'm not even going to attempt to try to shoot around that fuel canister when there's only 1 minute left. Sometimes you want to give yourself enough time to react to any problems. You don't want to rush unnecessarily. One of my favorite phrases came from the old X-Men cartoon in the 90s. The very first episode, the Beast is quoting some philosopher, and he says, "Although I am in haste, I am never in a hurry." And that's it's about how I feel with Shipbreaker. Hauntings are not covered under the Lynx insurance plan? I'm sure that's fine.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. This is your daily wake-up call.
$3 million profit? Not bad. Could have been better. That's okay. We'll get that reactor. That'll be a lot of money right off the bat. So I'm going to decrypt this, but I'm not going to read it. I encourage you to get this game on your own. It exists. Oh, here you go. Pause the video if you want to read that. There you go. If you want to check that out. Those are also voiced, by the way, or at least some of them are voiced. I don't want to take up too much of your time here. Well, wait a minute. I timestamped the videos, right? You know what? I changed my mind. We'll go ahead and play those out, and I'll just timestamp around it, and if you don't want to hear it, then you don't have to hear it. How about that? Links drive 93219 stash drive to Paul Nevermind. Wrote you a poem. Here you go.
Days, it's me. I know it's been a long time. Too long. And I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm sorry, Days, for everything. And it's all my fault. I know that now. I was selfish and I don't know, scared. I shouldn't have left. Shouldn't have left you. I just felt trapped. You know, I wasn't ready. I was just a kid, but you weren't, and you deserve better. You deserve better. So just in case you're still hanging on, waiting, don't. Please don't. You deserve better. They say if you love something, truly love something, you should let it go. Well, this is me letting you go. I don't want to, but I know it's the right thing to do. Goodbye, Daisy Dawson.
Well, shit. That was sad. I didn't get that one in my first run. Alright, let's see. We're all good and repaired. I don't think there's anything... Oh, no, the cooldown. That'll be helpful. We'll get the cutter to be active again quicker. I don't think this one will take us more than 3 shifts total. I'm hoping not. Ooh. Let's get some thruster fuel and tethers and get back to it. We actually really did do quite a lot of work yesterday. Alright, so this is where I'm going to have to be very careful with my aiming. And again, you make sure you know what's behind the cutting point. And then you'll be alright. So we do that. And even though the laser bounces off things like that, I don't think the bounce actually is a thing that can catch something else on fire. At least I certainly hope not. If it is, I haven't really noticed it. Alright, so I mean, I guess since I've opened up as much as I have, I could probably get the reactor out of here. Oh, let's get this thing out of here. There's not a lot of fuel in there, and that is a very light item, but you definitely don't want it accidentally exploding in your face. Okay, airlock. Let's get the control panel first. Then we can work on busting out the airlock itself. I wonder if Nisi is mad at me because I didn't give her breakfast this morning. I wasn't sure if the Akamura did. And the food is kind of fatty, so we can't give her, like, double breakfast. But since I wasn't sure if she had had breakfast, I didn't give her any. And, I don't know. Do cats hold grudges like that? That'd be hilarious if they do. Alright, looks like that panel should be free. Maybe it's just heavy, which is why it's not coming off yet. Okay, well, we'll tether it and we'll see what happens. There have been times where I've tethered things and just nothing moves, and that's okay. As long as you plan for it. Yeah, it's going. Alright. It's just heavy. Oh wow, now the entire ship tilted a bit. I don't know if you can see that. But like, especially relative to the thrusters in the back, you can see the entire ship is ever so slightly twisted. Oh, see, this is how I prefer dealing with interiors. Because now that I've opened a hole in the floor, then it's just as simple as grab, huck, grab it, huck it, grab it, huck it, grab it, huck it, grab it, huck it. Saw some oxygen there. Yes. Let's grab as much as we can in one shot. That is how we become very efficient at this. Grab it. Huck it. Grab it. Huck it. Perfect. Okay. This one's going to be a bit trickier since there's stuff in the way. See, what I could do is I could cut this panel off here, and so my grab it and huck it can work a little bit better, but sometimes that takes more time than it's worth. Like, for this little stuff, it's fine. Just grab it and huck it. But for, like, the computer panels and everything, I would have to open this entire section of the floor, and I don't think that's efficient. Especially for, like, this big crate here. I don't think that's efficient. It's probably better if I take the crate and kind of walk it out like that, and then huck it from there.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Okay. But what I can do is get the reactor out of here now, because there is nothing in the way. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so let's try getting these out of here. I'm going to intentionally overshoot the buckets for the thruster caps because I don't want it accidentally falling into the furnace. And then I can correct it once we get the rest of the ship's parts where they need to be. For now, I just need to get the thruster caps out of the way. Or not thruster caps, but thruster casings, I guess. Oh yeah, this shouldn't take me more than 3 shifts total. That means I could probably get in the second ship on this episode, which would be great. Eventually, the ships are going to get so big that there is no way we can do more than 1 per episode, but that is future Pyro's problem. And who knows, maybe this series won't do very well and I will drop it. But so far, the response to Hardspace Shipbreaker has been very good, so as long as people are watching, I will be happy to play it. Okay. Look at that. Look how much we've done already. I mean, at this point... Ooh, actually now... my whole problem that I had with ops is solved, because now that I've moved the thrusters out of the way, we can take out these back panels. And before I die of oxygen, let's go grab that oxygen tank that was down here. Yoink. Yoink. Okay. Okay, so now that the back panel is off, let's kind of pull that up a little bit, and then we huck it into the processor. My nose is itchy because I need to shave, and I'm getting facial hair bits up my nose. Okay, so now that we have that revealed, we can do my favorite thing, which is grab it and huck it. Grab it and huck it. We just repeat grabbing and hucking like however many times this is going to be. I think back to my gaming habits. I've often liked this kind of work. I mean, this is why I've said I love blue color simulators just in general. But I remember in my Minecraft days, the few times I played it, my favorite thing to do was strip mine. I would just pick a spot out in the wilderness, mark off a section that was 64 by 64 that guaranteed that there would be diamonds, and I would just dig it all out and make this giant hole in the earth. I never cared about beating the Ender Dragon or creating cool things or working with redstone. I respected the hell out of anyone who did. That kind of stuff was beyond me. I tried to do some redstone stuff, and just, I couldn't. My brain couldn't handle it. So for me, in Minecraft, my favorite task to do was the nice, boring, mentally relaxing strip mining, and this gives me that vibe. That's why I like Shipbreaker so much, man. The job may be lonely, but I like my solitude too, you know? I don't think I could do this in real life. I mean, sci-fi thing aside, this kind of complete isolation from humanity. I don't think I could do that very long. But just I think I would enjoy doing this in limited doses, you know? Like, if I signed a contract where I had to be this kind of shipbreaker and be in this kind of loneliness/solitude job environment for a month, but then I got many, many months off, I think I could do that. Could I actually get out of this now? Can I bang the ship out now? How many? Oh my god. Because there's nothing really major I need to do anymore. Am I really done? I think I'm done. I don't think there's anything more to do. Oh, I still need to get... I was wondering why, if I had done so much, why my money wasn't higher. It's because of this. I still need to get the thruster casings into the processor. But, I mean, that's all I gotta do. So now, we can just get the frame of the ship into the furnace, and holy crap, I think we might be done already. 2 shifts for that? Really? As long as nothing gets accidentally sucked into the furnace, I think we're good to go. That might have been my most efficient job I've ever done. Holy crap, I'm really proud of myself on that one. And that was even with an explosive decompression that I didn't plan on. Wow, that was even barely over a half hour. Yeah, there's all 5 of my salvage goals, yeah. Wow, that was it. Holy crap, I didn't think I would do that well. Oh, I'm so glad I got that on camera. I actually look competent at gaming. Who knew? No reason to speed this up. I'm just gonna watch it go. We've got 2.5 minutes. Damn, I wish I could be that good all the time.
Material deposited. Account credit applied.
Now you do want to watch it go, because if you end your shift too early, or when you end your shift, the exact position of the ship freezes in place. So if it was heading into the furnace and then you stop, it's still heading into the furnace when you start the next day. You didn't get credit for it the previous day. It's good enough for me, man. Wow, that was practically the entire ship. I wonder how much money I got from that. I'm not sure what my record is, but I know it's over 10 million. But later on, you have like reactor level 2, 10.6 million revenue. Wow, that may be my best one I've done other than those super late game ships. That was really, really good. Hell, man, we got enough time. Let's do another ship in this episode. Hey, look, ginger ale.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Lynx mandates a maximum of 8 hours of sleep. Any extra sleep time
Yeah,
from
blah,
the
blah,
next
blah.
pay cycle.
Alright. Oh, the roustabouts. Those are fun to do. They don't take very long, usually. Lots of stuff, and we have 101... Oh.
I want to tell you, I'm mighty impressed by you. Remind me of me when I started. All bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Had big dreams of hitting the rails back then. Bought myself one of them classic armadillo rigs. Named the old girl Beulah, after my mother. Told you about my bad revive a while back. Another case of me and technology not getting on, I guess.
I feel ya.
Bottom line is, this body just ain't fit for flying no more. So, I want to give Beulah to you, Cutter. She ain't in the best of shape, but she'll do good by you. Hell, even a few places around the village that'll fit her out for gate travel, if you're so inclined. Anyway, that's it. She'll do more for you than me now. I'm just happy she's gonna be with somebody that truly appreciates her. Weaver out.
Oh, I do truly appreciate her, Weaver. I thank you very much. So he's going to give me a free ship. I guess he hasn't yet, because I was going to say the key shows up, and it'd be weird if he snuck in. It even gives you... I don't think I fully appreciated that before. Not only do you have this view outside, but that is the rail. That is the thing that transports ships all the way across the solar system. It gets you out of here. And that, of course, is the ultimate goal. But hey, now we've got a free ship, man. An old beat-up ship that I'm sure can be fixed up and we'll be able to get out and everything will be fine once we're free of this debt. Tether amount number 2. Yes, please. 40 tethers. Oh, my my charge push is there. Yes, that one's important. And... oh, okay, now I can get the object scan mode when I get 46 more license tokens. That needs to be our next priority. We need the object scan mode. Okay, let's see what ships are available for us this time. 30 times 5, 37 times 5, 37 times 5, 37 times 5, another 37 times 5. Anything give 2 repair kits? Nope. Alright, well, I don't believe this one will take us very long, so we'll do the Big Smith Meru, the Big Smith Meru, and that'll be good for an episode, because this will probably take us a couple shifts to do as well.
Morning, crew. Let's hit them salvage goals.
Yeah, hey, Weaver, do you know when this administrator gets here?
Should be here any day now. But remember, no need to worry.
Thanks.
Kai, you good?
Yeah, just nervous, you know. I really can't lose this job.
Whoa, slow down there.
They always let go of the screw-ups first, right?
We all screw up, Kai.
Just work careful. Avoid any major accidents. You'll be golden.
Yeah. I just need to keep my head down.
This ship has more accessories on its underside than I think I have ever seen on any of the ships in the game. So I'm going to have to work from the bottom up, because that antenna I cut back here, I'm not entirely sure I can get it into the barge right now without it hitting a bunch of shit. So let's get these antennas taken care of first. I wonder if some of these patches recently have added new parts or new ship configurations, because there's now like 2 that I have not seen before. And I have played this game a ton.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Okay. So now I should be able to get the antenna down here with no problem. Alright, so now that that's done, let's examine the decompression. Oh, God. So the entire ship, as I readjust my legs again, the entire ship is pressurized. So we're going to have to get in there and try to figure out exactly how to safely decompress it. Because I don't like explosive decompressions. Too many things go wrong. Too many parts break. That's bad for your bottom line. Like, screw the company. I mean, when it comes to that, you're kind of on the same side. You just want to get as much money as you possibly can, even though it's for different reasons. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Yep, so now this entire thing should be free. Yep. Who needs a friggin' bull bar on the front of their spaceship? I mean, maybe I guess if it defends against asteroids? Why else would you need it? Okay. Alright, so 10 minutes, or we have 11 minutes in the shift. I should have plenty of oxygen that I can try to figure this out. Remember, we try to go from either front to back or back to front. And maybe from outside in, but never inside out. When you decompress. And if I have to do something explosive, we try to minimize the amount of loss that that's going to cause. Okay, so we can immediately depressurize the cockpit. This area has no... Oh, that's going to be dangerous. The part that I'm in has no way it can... Like, so the section that I'm in right now, there's no door. So this section I am now in is just going to match whatever the compartments match. So we need to work from the outside in if possible. So does the compartments... Do the compartments have a atmosphere regulator? Yes, sort of. There's one right there, so what I can do is if I seal this door... Oh, there's no door here either. Oh my gosh, I'll be able to decompress practically the entire ship here.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay, so that... Oh, there is a door on the compartments. I didn't realize there was a door here. What? Uh-oh. Oh, that's a problem. I don't see any other regulator. I see no atmosphere regulators within the compartments. So, unless I've missed something, what I'm probably going to have to wind up doing is do a risky decompression of the compartments. All right, let me take another pass. Let me make sure I'm not missing something here. Okay, so there's that door. I can't mess with that door. There's so many things showing up in my systems view that it's going to be a little difficult for me to suss things out. I need to get starboard side. Where even am I? Okay, there we go. I need to get starboard side of the ship and see if there's an atmosphere regulator over there, but I doubt there's going to be.
Warning. Fuel levels are low.
It's alright. I can handle the fuel level being low.
For purchase at the Master Jack.
Yeah. Nope. Nothing. Okay. Well, that means there's no way to do this other than carefully. So, what we do when we have no other option is the cockpit for me tends to be the safest area. So we're going to go into the cockpit. Actually, yeah. Yeah, we'll go into the cockpit and seal it off.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay, so now the only thing that's pressurized is the compartments. Oh Oh, no. I didn't rip the glass off. Okay, good. We're all right. So now... Like, the problem is that there's going to be a bunch of shit that's going to fly everywhere, and... having it hit me in the head would be a bad thing. So we're just going to hold onto the wall and hope for the best when I cut this door open.
Transferring credits.
I forgot to seal this door. That's why that didn't work out how it should have. However, after doing that, the entire ship is now depressurized. And if you look in the top bar there, I have destroyed very little of the ship. You can see maybe 1 pixel of red at the very far edge of the bar. So even with that risky depressurization, I was able to save the ship. And that's the important thing. So everything is decompressed, and now it should be smooth sailing from here. It was enough that you can see that the entire ship got pitched a little bit. Maybe it yawed a little bit too. That's not good. What I should have done was I should have closed the airlock before I did that. You want to make sure there is no path when you do a decompression like that from the inside of the ship to the outside. If there is a path, that's when things go wrong, which it did there. I did not measure twice before cutting once. And when I watch this back, I'm going to see myself not cut that, or not seal the airlock, and I'm going to be very upset at myself. But it's fine. It's fine.
In your ship, Cutter. 5 minutes.
You got it. You got it, Weaver.
Processor deposit accepted.
Alright, so as usual, we do not... No, I'm not going to have a choice here, never mind. I was going to say I don't want to take the power cell until I've got everything else dealt with, but I don't have a choice.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Alright. 5 minutes, plenty of time. Another power cell, you don't want to shoot that with fire either. Actually, I'm kind of doing this wrong. The 4 antenna things on the outside of the ship go to the barge. So that's what I should be focusing on. These things. So this is the only thing they're held on by. Solar sail. That's what that is. Yeah, you wanna... Oh, jeez. I thought I got the lower one. Ow. Ow. Oh, God, no. Stop pushing me, man. There we go.
Salvage deposit registered.
Yeah, these should be the first things. I thought I was... I got kind of turned around in there. I thought I was at the bottom one. But that's fine. It's easily fixed. Easily remedied. Moving in this game is such a dream. My regular viewer, Soul, said that she thinks she would get very turned around here, and I get it. Not every mind is really built for this kind of 360-degree movement. That said, at least for me, moving around is really fun and a dream, and I don't usually get completely turned around. I usually know where up and down are if we define down as the direction of the ship toward the barge, like this is down. I guess that kind of is down also relative to the Earth, because I am pointing at the Earth right now, so... but anyway, however you want to define it, please don't hit the furnace. I may have screwed that up. Don't hit the furnace, don't hit the furnace, don't hit the furnace. Shit. This is why we have the charge he do. Push. 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 Okay. Just enough. I just needed to bump it just enough to send it into the processor. So this is going to hurt a little bit. All of these cables here, these cables are supposed to go into the furnace, but I'm sending everything into the processor. Ah, jeez. Come on. Don't get hung up. Bush. There we go. Yes, keep going. Keep going. There we go. Alright, we're good. Oh god, the ship is pitching. Even worse now. Ugh. I really need to get starboard side. That's what I'm going to have to do. On the next shift, I'm going to have to concentrate on peeling the starboard side so I can access that half of it, because this is just an awkward position I've left myself in. If I can at least get the quarter panel off, then maybe I'll have an entrance. Even with a minute left, I should be able to get the quarter panel off. Yeah, there we go. There we go, there we go. Okay. So when we start tomorrow, as an in-game day tomorrow, I just need to finish peeling the starboard side off, and then I'll be good. Actually, I'll start with the airlock, and then I'll be in good shape. Okay, not a bad day. We might even get the entire ship done tomorrow, as we did with the previous ship, and if we don't, it won't take much longer than that. Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your theta wave levels
2.3
are high.
million. Not very much,
Administer
but...
2 caffeine pods before starting.
Oh,
Please tell me I heard right, Rook. Weaver gave you his old armadillo? Oh, man! That's so lucky. I used to help my old man fix up beaters like that. I hear Weavers might not be in the best shape. Listen, I've got something that'll help get it ready to ride the rails. I'm transferring diagnostic programs to your terminal. Go ahead and boot it up.
okay. 2 messages, which I'm not going to bother with. Alright, ship doctor.
Getting data now. Amazing. Oh, old girl was used for construction at some point. Whoa. Could maybe even be kitted out for salvage running one day. This program will identify what parts you need to fix her up. Don't pay too much attention to Shippy. That thing talks way too much. You can probably find everything you need just kicking around while salvaging. Bits and pieces that Lynx doesn't care much about. Oh, you could also rip parts out of other ship components. It'd ruin the salvage value, of course. Maybe don't tell Weaver if you're gonna do that. Can't wait to see what you do with this beauty. Good luck, Brooke.
Got it, Lou. Yeah, so now, all those loose parts that have been floating about, we now have, finally, a use for. So we need to collect a circuit and some wires, and as Lou says, we can yank that out of other parts of the ships that we salvage, but that ruins their value and slows our debt. So since I know how the story goes, my strategy will be to grab every loose part we possibly can in every ship we do, but I'm not going to rip any parts out of the salvagey bits until I have no other choice. And we will get that done. Okay, so... Also, I kind of skipped over it, but under our workstation computer now is the key to the ship, which is cool. May not be able to run, but at least we've got the key. And that represents freedom. I sort of imagine, because I am in a rural city, in a rural state, that probably feels very akin to a father giving his old car to his son when his son turned 16 or something. That has never happened to me, but I can see the romanticized image of that, because when you are from a certain part of the nation, as some of you may be, and some of you may know what I'm talking about, a car is more than a car. A car represents freedom. A car is the first step to getting away from your parents and rules and that kind of thing. And obviously it's not that, one-to-one. But I'm saying, you no longer have to rely on your parents to take you somewhere or see your friends or, just drive. There's a freedom to being able to drive yourself somewhere. And when a certain generation would give their vehicles to their children, that's very akin to also saying, hey, I recognize you are a person now and not just a shitty child, and I am trusting you with this thing that will also allow you to have freedom away from me. And I think that's the emotion they were going for, even if it's not fully relatable, and especially not of the majority YouTube audience generation. Or maybe it is. I mean, I haven't been a teenager in many years. But, I don't exactly know how parents raise their kids. I never knew even back then. I just knew how my mom raised me. And I may not have had that happen to me as far as that sort of trust. But I can understand the romanticized version of that situation and what that kind of freedom could have meant to many others, especially if you had kind of a rough life. So I think the emotion still hit home, even though I'm not fully able to relate to it. I think that was good writing and good acting by the voice actors and subtle. They didn't have to be heavy-handed with the emotion they were trying to get across, but, Weaver sees something in the cutter, in me. He sees himself, and he knows he can't have that freedom due to that bad reaction to one of the, to one of his clones. So, may as well give it to someone who can use it, right? And, yeah, man. We just gotta make Weaver proud.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Okay. So this is a big, big mess. I'm gonna have to kind of fix. If anything's gonna stop me from getting this done in 2 shifts, it's this, trying to correct that explosive or that risky decompression. So one of you guys, I'm sorry I don't have the name, told me how to cut these, and I did not know until that tip was given to me. You just use the length cutter, I forget what its name is, but the line cutter here, and you just trace a path around the glass, because the glass can be cut this way, but the panels around it cannot. So you just try to position things, try to take off as much as you can, and then you have this entire glass panel, which is $71,000 by itself. And then everything else can be tethered and sent into the processor. Just like that. Because I had questioned how to even get the glass out of there because I didn't think it was possible. Uh-oh. Okay, that's on its way. I didn't think it was possible to get the glass out of there for the longest time. I just kind of wrote it off as being something that I couldn't do anything about. Whichever one of you gave me that tip, I really appreciate it because it really helped me out. It is not a small amount of money early on. Okay, so now we can start working on the grab it and huck it. I accidentally did not huck that one. Sometimes I've noticed the square button doesn't register. I don't know if that's the controller or the game. It seems to only happen in this game. So I don't know if it's something I'm doing or what. Oh, there's a part. Oh, I just bumped it. Hold on. Come here, little part. Come here. I need you. Even if I don't need you right away, that is the filter.
See if there's any more lying around in there.
I will do that, Lou. Let's look at our... oh, we don't have our objects. So the objects filter of our scanner allows us to see anything that we can pick up, and that is why that is so important. We'll get that soon. I believe I will have enough points for that after we finish this job. I'm going to wrap the episode up, though, after we're done, so it might be a thing where I'm going to have to try to remember that for next time. Good luck on that, me. Maybe if I actually remember to give my save state in the last 5 minutes like I usually do, so when I watch the video again... Uh-oh. Oh, that was a bad idea. So what I did was I bumped the power junction box, which sent some electricity into the atmosphere regulator. Luckily, I didn't break it, so I still got the full salvage value. You may notice that there are little squares, little pips, next to certain breakable objects, and those indicate its hit points. But you only ever get either all of the salvage value or none of the salvage value. So even if you kind of jostle a thing and it loses a few hit points, as long as you bin it in the proper bucket before it fully breaks, you'll be able to get something out of it. Get the maximum value out of it, in fact. Alright. So let's... I'm thinking I wonder if I should grab that junction box now before I accidentally trigger it again. So you may see as we go close to it, so if I hit square or hold square, I can extract a fuse from it and electrocute myself. That will permanently destroy the power junction box, but hey, I'll have a fuse. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to destroy any of these salvage things unless I have no choice. But until then, we can at least grab these loose parts. Alright, now we can grab the junction box. We're going to stay away from it because it's spewing electricity. Okay, that is most of the cockpit. Actually, that is all of the cockpit. I don't think I'm going to get this done in just 2 shifts. I'm going to need just a little extra time, unfortunately. There's just a little too much going on with this one. Come on, squeeze through. There you go. There you go. Oh, grab that. Yeah, oh man, I can't wait to see the replay and see what happened there. Alright, so... I guess my next tactic should be to get the floor out of my way. That way I have access to the barge, and I can just kind of get into these rooms a little easier. Yeah, there we go.
We're looking at 5 minutes left in your shift cutter. Do what you do. Weaver out.
You got a Weaver. I got this. I just got a little sloppy in a part. It's fine. It happens. There we go. There we go. Okay, that cleans up most of the trash, if not all the trash. And so now it should be pretty easy. If I absolutely rush, I could probably get just enough of the ship to get me to salvage level 4 or 5 at this point. But we haven't even gotten the reactor out of the way yet, and I'd really rather not push my luck if I can help it. So this is fine. We'll be done in the next shift. There we go. Anything else in this room? There is nothing else in this room. Okay. So we need to just get this section taken care of. If we get the floor out of here, Oh, that's kind of obnoxious. The cut points are between the valuables. Man, they really saved space on this one. I love the ship designs in this game because, I mean, granted they're procedural to an extent, but like these look like shitty submarines, which is what spaceships probably will be at first. Like these are not the glorious, beautiful, dare I say sexy ships of the Star Trek universe or anything like that. These are utilitarian by nature and nothing else. Clearly mass-produced, too, because of how easily everything kind of fits together and the standardization of all the different parts. Ooh, data drive. Let's grab that. Almost missed that. I wondered if there was one in there. Okay, and now that we've got ourselves a floor that's opened, let's grab it and huck it.
Salvage secured.
Because that is what we do. And this will make up for a lot of the money that we haven't been getting for this one.
Credits deposited.
Whoop. See, I bonked it against this data bank, so it lost one of its hit point pips. Gotta be a little careful.
Salvage deposit confirmed.
I tend to get a little rambunctious with this. A little risky when I'm hucking and chucking things. That would be a cool difficulty level that they could add, like that everything has fewer hit points. So like these electronics are a lot more delicate and you have to be a lot more careful when you extract them. Would that be more fun? Would it be less fun? I don't know. I would appreciate the challenge.
Account credited.
But I don't know how the average gamer feels. And I have even broken things by hucking like this when I'm not being careful. So there is a bit of a risk.
Transferring
But in
credits.
general, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, you can see my money really piling up. There's too many small objects here, all of these valuables, to get this done today.
Salvage goal achieved.
But that's fine. It's actually kind of nice that if I can't get it done today, then that's even less of a reason to rush. I just need to take my time and be precise.
Accepted. Credits transferred.
That's 1 minute left, Cutter. You're in the middle of something. It's now on time to skedaddle.
Yep, I'm skedaddling, don't worry. I believe this is all I need to
Applying credit.
grab and huck. Oh, there was one more TV monitor. And then there was the door.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I can go into the processor. And that's a good day's work right there. No reason to push any harder with only 30 seconds left. We can get the reactor and finish cutting up the ship, and I don't think it's going to take more than 10 minutes. That'll be the over-under. Will it take more or less than 10 minutes in the next day? Leave your comments below. Leave your guesses below. There we go. Oh man, I did destroy a lot. Nearly 500,000. Over 500,000. Oof. Oh well. So it goes.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52.
Hi. That it? Okay. I wish I could get a breakdown of everything I destroyed after the ship. Like, you kind of see the information, but you see what you destroyed, not how much each thing was worth. And I really wish you could. But let's check out our new data drive that we recovered. Audio log. Device name, wrote you a poems. Wait, is this the... Oh, that's the thing... Wait. Is that a different one? Yeah, I guess... Wrote you a poems by T. MacFall on the Shippy Jackson. That's the one we did before. Wrote you a poems, Siu-Cortez Xavier, flying officer, on the Big Smith Maru. I'll play it out.
Dear Xavier, I wrote you a poem in your language. I hope you like. Sorry for mistake. You are my sun, bright and center of my being. Warm fire, always there and burn brightly. If you go away, I will die. Cold and alone. Please, do not be doing that. Love, Anastasia.
That's very sweet. Not very helpful, but very sweet. So is there just a series of I wrote you a poems? And check it out, there's Beulah waiting for us. She needs fixed up, but she's there waiting for us, for sure. And if Shippy had anything for us, there'd be a little number 1 or some other numeral there beside the ship doctor. It's not there. You can see that we have collected parts down there across the bottom. So we've got them. We're just not ready for that phase of the operation yet. Luckily, Shippy handles all that. We just give him the parts and he just does it. So it's not like we have to actually become the mechanic, which is good. We're good at cutting things, not putting things back together.
Just thought I'd check in with you. You ever miss your folks back on Earth? My old man's back on the Ares platform. It was rough growing up there. Hard to even get by. Folks just grasping at whatever work they can. Like my mom. She left to work off station when I was 4. Hardly know her. She's basically remarried now. And my dad? He's a miner. Always wanted to be prospecting himself one day, but he's tired now. Mining's driven the life out of him. It was hard. Just the 2 of us. Not gonna lie. People shouldn't have to make choices like that. You know? Break their families apart just to survive. Anyways, maybe someday I can do what my old man wasn't able to. Someday. Blew out.
From talking to a guy who lived during the just after World War II in Kentucky, the Appalachian Mountains, there was a lot of that kind of attitude and tough choices that had to be made. We live in a much different society now. I mean, there's still some of it in certain parts of at least the U.S. where those kinds of tough choices have to be made. Definitely in some of the more rural parts of the country, but in general, I mean, not anymore, but it used to be a lot more common, especially among coal miners and those kinds of jobs. Oh, shoot. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I disconnected all the power. You always want to turn that and flush the thruster, because if you don't flush the thruster, it becomes a pain in the ass to get it out of there. I thought that I had disconnected all of the power cells. Maybe the power junctions count. Oh, they do. Yeah, see how this is lit up? The yellow cross, that's a light. If I turn off my light, you can see it better. So this means that it's charged. There is electricity running through these wires. Oh, there's a power cell. Okay, good. As long as just one power cell is left, the ship is powered. And that is, at least for any connected parts. And that's good, because holy crap, that could have been really bad trying to get that thruster out of there when the thruster was not flushed. Okay. So I need to be very careful here, because I don't want to accidentally bump the reactor while I extract this. Okay, so it can stay floating. We're going to gently move this. Still saying my over-under is 10 minutes, but I've already blown over 3.5, so... yeah. Alright, get that out of there. Let's get this out of there. We want to clear a path for the reactor. Okay, time to extract the reactor. Alright, hardest part is done. So now, let's continue trying to cut open the ship. Because that will also give me room to pull the 2 junction boxes and the power cell out of there. But yeah, I had one of my coworkers at Walmart told me what is, in my opinion, a sad story. He had a dream job that he basically had lined up in Arizona that would have worked perfectly for him. And I'm trying to be a little vague. There's more to his life of kind of sadness and poor decisions I'm going to skip. But anyway, he had this dream job he wanted lined up, and his second wife just refused to move with him. And he was in that ultimate situation that I feel you hopefully will never find yourself in, where you have to decide whether you want to stick with family or stick with your own dreams. And this was after he grew up with a hard life, and after he had a kid super young, and after he had already made a bunch of sacrifices for family. He had this one chance to take his dream job with a 6-figure salary and all this, and he chose against it because his family did not want to move, or rather his second wife did not want to move. And part of that story, and just when he was telling it, just the sheer amount of, like, I don't know if it was a regret, but it was certainly, he was going through the what ifs in his head. Part of that is why, like, when I got together with the Akamura, one of the things I told her at the time, and I guess it's still true, my book is what's really important to me. Is that not? Oh, I have to pop that one off too. Yeah, there we go. Now this whole thing is loose. Yeah, baby. I told the Akamura at the time that, like, as much as I cared for her, as much as I wanted to be with her, as much as I respected her and her dreams, I wanted, possibly past tense, to be a writer. And if there was ever, for some reason, the choice between her or the book, then the book wins. And that might sound really, really cold, and it's also something that's very low chance to happen, like, especially that specific thing. Who would ever force an author to be in a position where they could not be with the person they cared about? But I wanted to establish early in our relationship that I did not ever want to give up my dream job just for her. Obviously, there's 1,000 different variables. Like, if I had to give up, say, 3 weeks from her for a job, for getting my book or whatever, I'm sure she would be able to handle that. But it was more of a theory of, like, if I have to move to California, or I have to move to a different state in order to keep my book dreams alive, and she refused to move with me, what would I do? And I wanted to tell her up front. It's usually good to tell a serious relationship things like that. Like, if you want a relationship to last, you say up front, for example, if you want kids, or whether you're willing to move, that kind of thing. And the sooner you do that, the fewer the questions that are asked if the situation ever does actually come up. So, I just never wanted to be in the position that my former coworker was in for that reason. I want to follow my dreams and my career, no matter where that takes me. And now it's YouTube, and if there was some sort of magical thing that YouTube was like, hey, come out to California, we'll help you get your channel going, and Akamura said, I don't want to move to California, then that'd be the end of the relationship. I mean, it just would be. But luckily, she and I are on the same page, and it's never going to get to that, so everything will be fine. Also fine is the sheer amount of money I made, and I was correct. It was under 10 minutes, and everything is good. 3.8 million, not bad. Now level 9. We'll see if there's a cutscene But if not, that is going to do it for today and for this recording session. Oh, yep. Got a message.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one incoming transmission waiting.
Let's see what the call is about.
Hey, newbie.
What's up, Deedee?
Hey, just having a couple cold ones and thought I'd ask you something. You ever heard of karaoke? Karaoke? No? It's singing without words. Well, the original words. Anyway, it's a big thing back home. My daughter wants to be a singer one day. She's good, too. Believe it or not, I can belt out a tune. Hey, you think Lou can rig something up so we can do karaoke over comms? Clever ideas, that kid. Well, anyways, I'm gonna get some shut-eye. Gotta do it all over again tomorrow. Am I right?
Yep.
Good
Until
night,
we work
kiddo.
off that debt. I need to get some shut-eye, too. It is probably 5 in the morning. Where's my cell phone? What time is it, anyway? Yeah, it's 5:30. Oh, my God.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. Today's weather report, clear and sunny, with a high of minus 270 degrees.
Ah, so warm. Okay. Oh, yep. Here we go. Hal Rhodes.
Introduce you to Hal Rhodes. He's...
No need for introductions, Weaver. I know who you all are. Let's just get right into it. I know you don't love a middle manager like me coming in, making life hard. Yeah, I get it. See, I'm from people like you. Used to work the links yards around Ceres. Not shipbreaking, of course. Processing, which honestly is just as tough. Real back-breaking work.
Yep, we know processing can be just
Look,
as tough.
this is real simple. I hit my goals, and I'm out of your hair. But we all gotta pull the rope in the same direction. Get it? Cooperation. Cooperation. You scratch my back, and we'll all be done here in no time. Capisci? Okay then, I'm taking the day to settle in, and we'll see you all tomorrow, bright and early. Okay?
Okay then.
This guy thinks he knows what back-breaking work is.
I'm telling ya. 1 week, tops.
Guy's gonna cooperate with the business end of my grapple.
Okay now. Remember, be on your best behavior. See y'all in the yard.
Yeah. Yeah, we needed a good villain. Oh, Hal, I have met so many people like you. Poor Okamura is dealing with a particular Hal Rhodes herself, who he left Walmart. He was one of my middle managers, and he was fucking awful there. He left Walmart and went to the place where Okamura works, and is now her problem. More good reasons never to go back to Walmart. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. We'll see what Hal's deal is the next time I play. Don't know when the next one is. I'll do my usual closing, but I don't know when I'm coming back to Shipbreaker, but probably sooner than later. I love this game so much. All right, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you again, we'll say soon, for another episode. Not done yet. Definitely not done yet. Bye, guys.